A colleague of mine who covered Asia was focused on Indonesia, which has a diverse population, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, and Christian. And we had, up to that point, primarily advocated on behalf of Christians. But we received a case of a young man who was a Muslim who had renounced Islam and become an atheist. And he'd been put in prison for apostasy. And so my colleague, while he was there on a fact-finding visit, he asked permission and was granted permission to go see this young man in prison. And he went in, and the young man said, "Thank you so much for coming to see me, but I think you made a mistake. I'm not a Christian." And Ben said, "I know." And he said, "Well, but why are you here then?" And my colleague said, "Well, because we believe everyone has the right to choose what they believe." And this young man responded and said, he was really moved, and he said, "No Muslims have come to see me. No Buddhists have come to see me. No atheists have come to see me. You're the first person who's come to see me." And I have no idea what happened to that man and his faith. I know that he and my colleague kept in touch for a long time and may still be in touch. But I believe that was part of our witness as Christians, to say, we see your value as a human being, and we affirm your right to choose the path that you're gonna take in terms of your faith.
Stories of persecution can either break us or invite us to action. We can just admire the problem from afar and wish someone could do something about it, or it can spur us to action. We can realize we do have a voice. We do have this moment in time. We do have this opportunity to leverage the resources we have, however meager, to help someone else who's being persecuted for what they believe. And we can't overlook or discount what little we can bring. I mean, I remember the miracle of the feeding of the 5,000. That miracle happened because a little boy gave up his lunch. And when the disciples walked forward in faith and overcame their doubts, that's when the miracle happened. It wasn't a flash of lightning or a rumble of thunder. It was people walking forward in faith despite not knowing how God was going to fulfill the promises, but believing in the words of Jesus. And that's what we're called to do. I don't know how we're going to solve the pandemic of persecution, but I know we'll never solve it if we don't try. If we don't take that first step forward in faith, millions will continue to suffer, and the problem will only get worse. But if we can move forward with others together, I know God will bless that. I know God will start to use us in powerful ways, and we can see victims rescued, we can see oppressive systems changed, and we can see goodness come into this world in a way that it hasn't.